How is the symbiotic nature of sport and media being disrupted and transformed in the contemporary digital landscape? In the 1960s, an unholy alliance was developing. Sport was helping to make television, and television was helping to make sport. This quote from McCormack is an excellent explanation of sport and media's symbiotic nature. The relationship began with newspapers providing coverage of sports, which led to exclusive access and promotional reporting by the media, which then eventually sparked the rise of television in the 50s, which skyrocketed revenue and created new opportunities for broadcasting and advertising within sport. Sport became the way for companies to access wider audiences and thus financially benefit, reinforcing the symbiotic nature and proving it to be indispensable in the last 100 years. This was stated by Bellamy in 2013 and Rowe in 2004. This was evident in British sport, as tobacco advertising was banned in 1965 and 1970 for the USA, showing that those companies were using sport as a loophole, which was stated by Wannell in 1986 and 2009. With the increase of capital into sport, the glamorization of sport may be viewed as an attempt by television to reduce the uncertainty of the product, with even dull events made spectacular via replays, highlights and interviews, but thus make the product more entertaining. The modernization of sports broadcasting has significantly disrupted the symbiotic nature of sport and media. Platforms such as TikTok, YouTube and Twitch have destroyed the gatekeeping powers of traditional broadcasters. Media production is quicker, splintered and adapted to optimize the algorithm. The Premier League is a good example of this transformation. Initially, the league's relationship with broadcasters such as Sky Sports, which included expensive television deals, and was ultimately beneficial for both parties. However, in the modern era, the Premier League has adapted. They now have their own media platforms via social media, for instance, posting match highlights on YouTube. This was stated by Ollison in 2024. This means that they no longer need to rely upon major broadcasters, and the league, as well as individual clubs, can create their own media. The Premier League taking advantage of the new media, including creating apps such as the Fantasy Premier League app and developing partnerships with video game creators like what they've done with EA, FC 24, 25 and now 26, and what they've done with FIFA beforehand. It clearly shows how the symbiotic nature of sport and media was evolved. To conclude, sport is no longer only broadcasted, but it is streamed, shared, clipped and gamified. With the digital transformation continuing, the question isn't whether sport and media remain symbiotic, it is what the new relationship will look like in the modern era of screens galore. It's transforming from a broadcast partnership into a networked ecosystem, in which success is dependent upon innovation and understanding the audiences. Looking into the future, it will be crucial for the sport and media to find a good balance between commercialization and fan authenticity, between immediacy and a narrative, and between international reach and originality. In a new era of where every scroll and click matters for content creators, the ones to come out on top will be those that capture the emotional side of the sport and the storytelling side of it in the constant change of the media landscape.